It's almost a tradition on my channel at this point that every time so I'm continuing that tradition today. TL Gent made a video, and here I am watching it. It's called The Most Disturbing Community Film Documentary, and I don't think it has anything to do with the OSC, but you know, I don't want to only make OSC videos either.
Hi guys, today we're going to be talking about skaters.
Maybe it does.
Have you heard of the object?
Okay, it does have something to do with the OSC.
Show YouTuber with more than 10k subs.
3 smart.
But
if this video gets 2,000 likes, I'll that's not gonna happen. But if it does, I'll rename my channel to Supervan.
In this video, we're going to be talking about the people of the object show community you should avoid.
Why does it get more cinematic every episode? It's so cool.
There's a YouTuber by the name of Donut Gamer who has
Donut Gamer
receiving a sudden rise in subscribers and popularity. Hello everyone, it is TL Gent and welcome back to another video on the channel.
Hi TL Gent. Another video on the channel? No way. I've never made another video on this channel. There's just the one.
In this video, I'm going to be combining 3 of my most disturbing videos on my channel into a sort of mini movie. Now, the 3 videos I'm going to be showing you all in this mini movie are The OSC Is Darker Than You Think, The Disturbing
Oh, I've seen that one.
Side of the OSC, and
I've seen that one.
The Darkest Corners of the Object Show community.
I actually, let me check if I've seen these ones, because I don't remember. It's Nina finally watched BFDI and loved it. That's good. What is it? It's, The OC Is Darker Than You Think. Yeah, I've seen that one. This one. And Story of Webs Forevs. What was the other one?
I'm going to be showing you all in this mini movie are The OSC Is Darker Than You Think.
Yeah, okay. I have seen it. I might just skip over that part, if you don't mind.
The Disturbing Side of the OSC.
Yeah. I started watching it.
And The Darkest Corners of the Object.
That one's not public anymore, apparently. A lot of TL Gent's old videos disappeared. I remember there was like character analyses of like total drama characters previously. Those are gone now, I guess. This was the first TL Gent video I ever watched, and then this was my favorite one that I ever watched because I was in it. I was mentioned in it. Anyway, let's watch this now.
Object Show community. The last video that I just talked about is not up on my channel, but it will be on this
Okay, that explains why I haven't seen it.
Video today. If you are new to my channel, consider subscribing as I do post kind of...
I've already seen this one and talked about it on this channel, so I think I'm just gonna... the first one. I think I'm gonna skip past this. And then... go to the second one. So I think that's this one. I was expecting to get a decently long video out of this. I think I'll only get a mid-length video out of this. That's fine.
More disturbing videos about the Object Show community and just the internet in general. So if you enjoy videos like that, then please make sure to subscribe to my channel. Or if not...
I'm already subscribed. Wait, what? I don't have notifications on? This whole time?
Then, like Tuv says in his videos, I will earn
love Tuv!
Subscription by the end of this video. And without any further ado, I welcome you.
I won't earn your subscription by the end of this video, so please subscribe now so I don't have to worry about that later.
You all to the most disturbing parts of the Object Show community.
Alright, let's go to the second one.
Object Show community definitely shine heavily over the dark. Funny, you'll see.
Okay, I just skipped half the video. I will put it on in the background after, okay? Because I don't want to hurt I don't want to kill your channel retention.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I know this is going to be outdated. This part of the video, I really glad that there's peace, positive fandom.
Okay, the disturbing side of the OSC. I think I started watching this and didn't finish it.
The object show community is a relatively positive fandom, but
Yep.
unfortunately, there are going to be some disturbing parts of it. From creators
I definitely know a disturbing part of it or two. I've covered them on my channel. Might take some of those videos down. I don't want that to be what my channel's about.
stealing other people's object show characters to straight up doxing incidents.
Doxing incidents? No one's ever doxed me. I'm gonna regret saying that. I'm
Today's
so
video,
gonna
we're
regret
going to
saying
be
that.
talking about the disturbing side of the object show community, and trust me, there's a lot to unpack in this video. Also, before I start this video, I do want to explain how this is going to work. So basically, how this is going to work is, I'm going to rank these situations from least to worst, on a
Okay, least to worst. Least bad to most to worst bad.
scale from 1 to 100, from pretty tame to most disturbing. Also, count this as my Halloween video. Happy Halloween!
Happy Halloween! It's March.
Okay, side part over. Now let's get into the real video. Case number 1, Wheeze. Now to start off this video,
Wheeze? Like I have a Wii U at home.
Wheeze was a pretty normal
Why did I say at home? I am at home.
guy, kind of just doing his own thing in the community, until he was exposed for making pretty weird fan art of object show characters. Now, like any expose video or allegations, people immediately
What is this, a Leafy video? What's with the CSGO sliding?
Okay, yeah, I know, the art that Wheeze made was pretty weird, but compared to the other people on this video, it's actually pretty tame. I mean, come on, we're talking about doxing for God's sakes. Now, I will say that me and one of my friends, Goofy Goober...
This is like 2016, dude. It's like so... I think I would have thrived in the 2016 commentary space, genuinely. Too bad it was like a toxic cesspool.
gonna make a video on this guy, but I ended up deciding not to, is because I didn't really want to get involved in drama, especially not that early in my career. Also, speaking of drama, don't go to these people's channels spamming hate, is because I really kind of do want to
Yes, sir.
stay neutral on most of these situations, unless what that person did is like absolutely horrendous. Knock on wood, by the way.
Hey guys, sorry if the numbers are off. I was going to put one of my friends in here, but I felt as if it would be a little rude, seeing as how what they did was not bad enough to be in this video. Okay. Number 15. Okay.
Case number 3, Gary. Now, I'm gonna make this
Gary?
one pretty quick. You see, Gary was a popular OSC YouTuber, most popular for his object show Burger Brawl, and its reboot. But
I remember
unfortunately,
Burger
Gary
Brawl.
would be
My
exposed
friend was
for
super obsessed with it for a long time. And then one day his obsession stopped, strangely.
talking to an underage person inappropriately, and from that incident onward, his career would be going downhill. Now, as someone who used to watch Burger Brawl, it is kind of sad to see. I don't know why Gary would do something like this, but I guess we'll never know. Anyways, now that that's over, we can
Some
move
people are just messed up in the head.
on to our 4th incident. Now, taking a break from OSC YouTubers, I want to talk about Rule 34 in the object
Why?
show community. Now, if you're lucky, you don't know what Rule 34 is, so I'll go ahead and explain.
It's
Rule 34
not tremendous.
is basically disgusting object show characters. Now, the vast majority of the people making this art are most likely adults who use their good art skills to draw disgusting art of object
One thing I don't understand is why, if you're so talented at drawing, you would waste it on such garbage.
show characters without the
I mean, like, do whatever you want, I don't care, but maybe don't post it.
creator's consent. Yeah, I know, it's pretty disgusting, isn't it? Now, this practice has been
I can't stop people from drawing that stuff, but I can incentivize people to not post it anywhere, or if they're going to post it, not post it on Tumblr or anything like that, because, like, I don't know where it gets posted, but, like, or DeviantArt, presumably, I don't really know, but, like, just, like, surely there's a website out there dedicated to that stuff. Post it there.
done many times to multiple different object shows, BFDI being a great example. Now, this is something that isn't really talked about a lot, so I kind of wanted to bring this to light. Before I end off this case, I do want to tell you to
Oh, and if you're a child if you're under the age of 18 and you're watching this, don't go looking for that kind of stuff, please. Seriously.
Check out It's Something's videos on Rule 34 and object shows is because from
And chances are, if you're watching this video, you're under 18.
understanding, he seems like the only other person that's made a video on it. Now let's move on to our next case. Now this is the last non-creator based case. Case number 5, ships. Now for those of you who don't know, ships are basically
I love boats.
fan-made relationships between object show characters. Now these could be just basic ship names to like straight up just porn art of these ships. One of the most popular ships to this day
Fire
are
Eefy.
Fire Eefy.
Yeah!
Fiery and Leafy. And yeah, people made weird art of this ship like a lot. You can literally just go on Google and search up BFDI Rule 34. You don't even have to search up Fire
But don't.
Eefy Rule 34. You can just search up BFDI Rule 34 and you'll find it. But I don't suggest that you
By the way, I recommend, if you're ever gonna search something online, turn on Safe Search, please.
do that.
Safe Search has been a lifesaver for me.
Is because you're definitely gonna get your childhood ruined. This type of weird art was also made in Inanimate Insanity. Ships like Test Tube and Fan are
Any object show with more than like 1,000 people watching it,
like
basically.
the most popular ones. But besides that, that's all for this case. So now let's move on back to the OSC YouTubers. Case number 6. ClinkyBot 777. Now look, I'm not gonna be one of those people when someone gets exposed, they just act like they never watched their content before. I am gonna admit I did watch Object Cringe a lot back
Right, Object Cringe, yes, of course.
in the day, but I do want to clarify.
I watched Object Cringe. I thought it was quite good. By the end of it, haven't really watched it since. Almost, almost got cancelled early on for in my channel's career for saying I thought Object Cringe was good, and then people were like, isn't the creator of Object Cringe like a scumbag? Yeah, that was not good.
I did not know what the guy was up to while I was watching Object Cringe, so please take that into mind. Now, ClinkyBot 777 was exposed for grooming a 13-year-old minor. Now, as a shock to absolutely nobody,
A 13-year-old minor? Well, did he find any diamonds? Sorry, I'm just trying to be funny.
he immediately got hate for this, as literally
Justified.
anyone would. It was also believed that ClinkyBot expressed multiple instances of racist behavior to Hispanic people. So yeah, the hate that he was already getting was just like quadrupled at that point. Now, since this did happen a while ago, I don't have much information on this subject. But if you do want more context, go to Crunchy Does Stuff's video on ClinkyBot. I think he's made 2 parts to it. Case number 7, animation area. Now, I'm gonna make this one quick, is because
that feels so familiar, but I think it's just because there's like 700 bajillion YouTube channels called Animation Noun.
Just did one thing. Now, long story short, Animation Area was exposed for recording Little Girl's Hiccup a couple years ago. And as a result, not only did he leave the SOSC, he also left the internet entirely, and no one has seen him since.
Good.
Case number 8. Skater Cheese. Now,
Skater Cheese
was exposed for the same thing as ClinkyBot, which was grooming a minor. Seriously, I don't know what's up with people in grooming
it's shocking how many YouTubers get called out for that. Like, statistically speaking. I guess it's just because they are able to be called out for that, right? Because they're public figures. It's like... it's like, I'm sure, I don't know, I don't have any statistics, but I'm sure, like, the numbers are the same in every profession, but just because YouTubers are the most famous without being, like, the kind of famous where you're immune, I'm sure for that reason, that's why so many YouTubers get called out, but it's like, that, like...
Like, you can't find anyone your own age. Anyways, now that side tangent's over, we can actually get into what this person did. Now, like I mentioned earlier, Skater Cheese was exposed for grooming a minor. And yes, there are some screenshots to prove this, which I will put up now. Now, while these screenshots are being shown, I want to go over what this person did specifically. Oh yeah, credit to Just Cherry for most of the information on this person. Now let's get started. Now, Skater Cheese was a very popular YouTuber in the Inanimate Insanity fandom, and was commented to be a pretty close member to the cast and characters of Inanimate Insanity. And things were going
Close to the characters?
pretty normal for Skater Cheese, you know, just as a regular member in the Inanimate Insanity.
You can't form a relationship with a fictional character. As much as I wish you could, Bazinga.
Fandom, until she would be exposed for being a groomer. Now, after the allegations were thrown at Skater Cheese for being a pedophile and a groomer, Skater Cheese, to say the least, was not taking this well. Things got so bad to where
Look, if you don't apologize with a ukulele, I'm not accepting it.
people would actually end up warning underage members of the
And if
Inanimate
you do apologize with the ukulele, I'm also not accepting it.
Insanity fandom to stay away from Skater Cheese. Now that we're done with Skater Cheese, we can move on to our next case. Case number 9.
Case number
Lauren
9.
Teasel. Lauren
Ooh, Lauren! I know of that person because I watched Awkward Source Objects.
Teasel was a popular crew member in the 3rd season of Inanimate Insanity, Inanimate Insanity Invitational. Now, Lauren Teasel was exposed for multiple instances of racist behavior towards other people.
I was on Twitter when this whole thing was going down. I'm no longer on Twitter. If anyone on Twitter is claiming to be me, they're lying. It's just FYI, just throwing that out there. Yeah. Let's just say, ooh boy, was that an intense moment in
Another thing
history.
that I want to mention is that he was a contestant in OSO, so yeah. But after these
Yeah, Open Source Objects.
allegations were released, people were quick to make videos on this guy. Lauren was then quickly fired from the Inanimate Insanity crew and has not posted anything since. Now, with
Good.
that over with, let's move on to our final case. Case number 10, Gabo the Planet. The final case. Trigger warning for doxing and grooming. Now, like I said
Ew.
earlier, I am going to list off these situations from most tame to most gruesome. Now, Gabo the Planet was exposed for a number of things.
I wouldn't call any of these gruesome. That's like a term that you use for like gore and stuff. This is just like, what the hell? That's how I would describe it.
All of which are pretty terrible.
The least to most, what the hell?
The first things that Gabo the Planet was exposed for, or criticized for, is his childish behavior. Now, yeah, I know that doesn't really seem like much of anything, but trust me, we're gonna get into the real stuff later on.
Yeah, the real stuff!
Anyways, along with Gabo the Planet's childish behavior, he also threatened to kill himself at one point. Yeah, I know, this video took a turn for the worst real quick. Along with this, Gabo
I am
was
gonna need so many. I'm gonna need to write an essay on why I should be able to get to monetize this video.
also exposed for grooming and simping. Yep, another creator on this list exposed for grooming. Now, along with these grooming allegations,
It's surely because they're aware that there's so many kids in the OSC. It's common with YouTubers, but it's especially common with the OSC. We're not a tremendously large fandom. Like, outside of the big 3, those being, BFDI, Inanimate Insanity, and 1, outside of those 3, we are a relatively tiny community. And it's like, I guess, like, EEE could be considered one of the big ones, but, like, other than the real popular ones, we're not that tremendously huge. But we still have so many, like, weird, gross people. That's probably not good.
person that Gabo was even grooming was a person by the name of Bushy Mations. Now, I do want to mention
Bushy Mations has commented on my videos before. I believe they work on GOB, Generic Object Battle. Yeah.
that Bushy Mations was 13 at the time and Gabo the Planet was 17. Okay, so I know I kind of briefly mentioned this, but Gabo the Planet was also simping for Bushy Mations and not just grooming her. Gabo the Planet also mentioned that Bushy was cute, which is kind of weird, is because you don't even know what they look like. Gabo the Planet would also have many weird roleplays that he would do with underage creators. Now, back to Gabo and Bushy. It turns out that Gabo actually threatened to rear Bushy. Yeah, sorry, I can't really say that word or else my video's gonna get demonetized. But I think you know what I mean. And to make things even worse, Gabo the Planet ended up doxing Bushy and finding her address. Yeah, now you know why I put this guy so high on the list. Now after doxing this person, Gabo the Planet ended up going inside of Bushy's house.
Man, people just have no freaking remorse, dude. People are so messed up in the head. They think they can just get away with anything. It's insane.
Crime by the name of trespassing. Look, yeah, I know I sound like
I feel like trespassing is a very passive term for what happened. That's like breaking in.
Karen, but it's actually deserved this time. I mean, the dude doxed her, for God's sakes. Now, after intruding into Bushy's house, Gabo was apparently hit by Bushy herself, and Bushy ended up running away. And if you are wondering, yes, the police were called on Gabo, but they did nothing to the situation. But fortunately, he was fined $1,000 for intruding into Bushy's house. Now, the part where Gabo was hit by Bushy...
That's I don't know.
And the $1,000 fine thing might be fake or word of mouth, but I don't know. Now that that's done, we can finally end off this mess of a video. Thank you guys so much for watching this video.
Golly gee willikers, Batman.
This took way too long.
On to the next one!
And if you enjoyed what you saw, make sure to like and subscribe. Now, that's all for now.
I was just checking that my recording was still going, because sometimes it stops mid-recording and it's annoying.
Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Bye. The OSC is disturbing!
Warning,
Exclamation
some of the
mark.
topics discussed in this video are labeled as disgusting and disturbing that may not be found appropriate to some audiences. Viewer discretion is...
Anyone watching this video also take that warning and click off if you need to at any point.
advised. The Object Show community has been around for well over 10 years now, and is a
How old is this video?
pretty wholesome fandom for the most part. But unfortunately, like any community or fandom, there is going to be some bad apples to pop up in it, which is exactly what we're going to be covering in
Gabo el Planeta.
today's video. From creators that were exposed for doing minor things, to creators that were exposed to doing absolutely inexcusable and disturbing things to this community. And trust me, there's a lot to unpack here. But there is one more thing that I do want to state before the video starts, and that is I do want to stay completely neutral on all these situations and just discuss what these people did and the impact that it had. Now, without any further questions,
This dude would be... TL Gent would be amazing at media studies.
let's discuss the creepy and disturbing side of the OSC. Case number 1, Gabo the Planet. Now, for those of you that don't know, Gabo the Planet
el
was exposed
Planeta.
for a lot of stuff, to say the least. Now, keeping that neutral statement from earlier in mind, I'm gonna go ahead and discuss what Gabo did. Now, since Gabo the Planet was exposed for multiple things, I'm gonna go ahead and list those things off and then explain them. Now,
Yeah, list them off and then explain them, please.
one of the main things that he was exposed for, or criticized for, is his childish behavior. Credit to Blue Frame Master, by the way, for giving me most of this information on this guy. Really, because without his video, I probably wouldn't know much about the situation. Now, I bet you're probably wondering what childish behavior was he even expressing. Well, according to Blue Frame Master's video, he had made multiple kiddish, I guess, claims, and even threatened to off himself at one point. Man, this video already took a turn for the worst, am I right? Anyways, I bet you can probably guess why people didn't really like these statements, and it was kind of easy to criticize, for obvious reasons. Now let's move on to the next thing that he was exposed for. Okay, now this next thing is pretty bad, so before I even talk about that,
What is it?
I do want to put a trigger warning for mainly because that is...
Well, I don't...
Before I even talk about that, I do want to put a trigger warning
Is it, like, gonna be in the captions?
for mainly because that
Ah, a trigger warning for Gurr. Okay, yeah, that's helpful.
is a serious topic. Now, not only was he called out for he was also called out for simping for multiple people.
Okay, I think I know what he's talking about. It's spelt... It rhymes with broom,
One of these people that he was simping for is
I
Bushy.
think.
Mations, and it was also
Hey, wait a minute. This is this
assumed
conversation
that
again.
Bushy Mations was 12 to 13, and at the time, Gabo was 17. Now, I'm not gonna say too much about this, is because technically Gabo and that person are both minors. But it does still seem pretty weird, just really taking into consideration the stuff that he was saying to this person.
Yeah. Hey, guys, just a little heads up. Don't be weird and creepy, please. For your own sake. I would be like, that's cringe, and then make a video about you if you did.
Person.
Unless you were only doing it for the purpose of having videos made about you, then I wouldn't.
Now this next thing is pretty minor, but Gabo was also heavily criticized for role-playing with people in comment sections of object show videos. Now with that over with, we can...
Favorite countries I hate. Favorite countries, Mexico, Ukraine, United States, Kosovo. Now, I'm not an expert, but I don't really know that much about Kosovo and what would make it so interesting.
finally discuss the last thing that he was exposed for. Now this next thing that we're about to talk about is easily 10 times worse than the thing that we just talked about. Now, do you remember
Easily 10 times worse?
Bushy from earlier? Well,
Yes.
yeah, it turns out that Gabo ended up doxing Bushy and posting her
Times. This is,
address and door number. And also, it is believed that Gabo ended up going inside her house. Now, unlike the other cases in this video, this one is actually pretty recent, seeing how the video that Blue Frame Master made was only uploaded a month ago.
Now I'm confused.
It's also presumed
Wow. Nice. Dominoes.
that the police were called on Gabo, and this is one of the worst instances or cases that we're going to be talking about in this video. Now,
My brain is itchy.
that's the last thing that Gabo was exposed for. So with all of that out of the way, let's move on to our next case. Case
Giant
number
me
2,
phone.
Gary. Now for those of you that don't know, Gary was a popular OSC YouTuber who was most popular for creating Burger Brawl. Now this show did insanely
Yo, the locker of losers.
well and sparked up a whole new fan base, mainly around the reboot of the show, which was created about a year or two after the original version. Now everything was going good for Gary until he was exposed for Now since Gary was a bigger YouTuber than Gabo the Planet, more people started to make videos about the situation to talk about it. Now it was believed that Gary
Sorry, I
is
started
getting-
reading the comments. Whoopsies, I'm bad at this. I'm bad at my job. I don't have anything to say.
better or was getting better, but I don't know if that's true or not. This same argument can be made for another OSC YouTuber that we're going to talk about much later. Now, unlike
Thrarm clips.
Gabo the Planet,
No. Oh god, uh-oh. Whoops, I'm digging my own grave here.
there isn't really much to Gary's story, seeing how he was only exposed for grooming, instead of multiple different
Only grooming.
things like Gabo. Now, keeping that in mind, let's go ahead and move on to our next case. Case
Oh, yeah.
number 3, Animation Area.
This
Now,
is the
there isn't
same
really much to
video
this case, so I'll keep
twice.
this brief.
Just
Animation
one of them
Area
is done
was a popular
better.
OSC
And has cool
YouTuber
CS:GO.
who, from my understanding, had a couple of shows to his name. Now, long story short, Animation Area was exposed for recording little girl's hiccup. Yeah,
Boring, don't care, get to someone else.
That one. Fan 784.
This is someone
Now,
else!
what this guy did isn't as bad as anyone else on this list. In fact, it's pretty tame, but I still do want to mention it. Now, back in the early days of the OSC, Fry's Fan 7844 was heavily criticized for his childish behavior
I got chips!
and how he acted in camps, object shows, debuts, and everything else. He even got a little bit of hate for this. Fry's Fan also worked on a couple of object shows like
That was how you named yourself back in the day, wasn't it? It was just favorite object show character fan numbers.
Objects at War and Object Land. He was also most notable
I've never heard of either of those.
for joining many camps, and I mean a lot.
People love joining camps. I try to only be in like 1 or 2 camps at a time because boy do they get stressful if you're actually trying hard.
Lot of camps, and that's kind of how he built a name for himself. Now, all of this was going good.
He's like one of those people who goes in lots of reality shows to make a living.
Good for Fries Fan until the hate started to pile up more and more. Seeing how coincidentally, both Objects at War and Object Land were soon cancelled after Fries Fan started to work on those shows. And
Interesting.
eventually, Fries Fan would end up leaving the Object Show community. And
Oh
supposedly
no, Fries Fan.
the internet altogether. And this case especially seems kind of sad in my opinion, seeing how, yeah, he might have been a little bit annoying, but I don't know if the hate was deserved or not.
I mean, everyone's a little bit annoying at some point to someone, right? I'm probably pretty annoying to a lot of people.
In my opinion, I don't think it was. You can let me know what you think about the situation in the comments. Anyways, with that out of the way,
Fries Fan didn't do anything horrendous, so I think it's whatever, like,
that's gonna be all for today's video. Now, I know this video wasn't that long. In fact, I kind of expected it to be a little bit longer, but I guess that's...
This video was 34 minutes and 2 seconds long. This video is 31 minutes and 5 seconds long.